He's bought 50 shares. He's asking if he should hold on. Rajesh, what's the view on this? Quite a few changes in the offing, but over a period of a couple of years. Should he hold on?
Holding, as you said, a couple of years, yes, of course one can hold, because by the sheer size it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a very good investment to hold for a very long period of time. But for a short term, I don't think anything is going to happen. If you are a short-term trader looking for quick gains, I think one should walk out. But for a longer term, yes, it's giving an opportunity to accumulate.
Okay, this one is from Mr. K.R. Balan, and he's asking, is it advisable to buy among these four, which of the two stocks for the next 1 to 2 years? And his suggestions are IEX, BSE, IRCTC and MCX. So among these four, Hemen, which ones should he look to buy for a 1 to 2 year time frame?
Cheryl, from whatever the first stocks that you mentioned, I think IEX looks more convincing. On the longer term charts, we have limited data, and IEX, it's a relatively new listing, and it's been around for 3-4 years. But yes, so we remain in a longer term uptrend. Currently, we walked into a correction of a greater degree over the last 7 years. But simply put, IEX looks to be good from a longer term point of view vis-a-vis the other three stocks. Cheryl.
I mean, from the Mahindra group, Techem as well as Mahindra and Mahindra. This is a question coming in from Praveen. For a perspective of 6 months, would you say that both of them are good, or would you suggest any one of them?
Frankly speaking, difficult to pick it. I would prefer to go with Mahindra and Mahindra because IT as a sector is a bit wobbly. We walked into a correction which doesn't seem to be in a mood to get over in a hurry. So correspondingly, I think, if I had to pick and choose between Techem and Mahindra, I'd go for Mahindra and Mahindra.
Okay, this one's from Amy, and she's bought Gujarat Ambuja Exports, I believe that's the counter that she's talking about, at the price of around 180 rupees per share. She's asking whether she should continue to hold on for this onto this one for some more upside once either a technical or a fundamental view. So I will come to you, Rajesh, on this one. Do you track Gujarat Ambuja Exports? Do you think that Amy should stay put with this holding for some more upside?
The kind of run-up which the stock have recently witnessed, I think one should book profits, because the fundamentals are not justifying that kind of run-up. It's only on expectation of greater export numbers. But with the kind of geopolitical tensions going on, I think it's better to book profits.
The next question is coming in from, I believe this is Amit Dikshit. He's writing in from Udaipur. Infibeam is the name of the counter, and I'm hoping, Rajesh, that you have a view on this. 3,000 shares is what he's got at an average price of 25. He's losing a little bit of ground. He's wondering what to do.
Should try to cut his losses the first moment. I would say sell, because even at this price, I don't think the number justifies what it is. So it's better to get out of this stock.
Okay, this is from Abhijit, and he's saying that he's purchased Manappuram Finance at around 145 rupees per share levels. He wants to know whether he should sell, hold or average it down. What's his suggestion on this one, Hemen? Manappuram Finance is the stock.
Shall we remain in a short, medium, long-term downtrend? In terms of levels, support comes in at 115, 109. Firstly, I think he needs to keep a closing stop loss of 115. Or ideally 3-day closing above 125 should take it to 140. That's where he can try and exit if his view is slightly medium-termish. Sure.
Speaking of medium-term views, the name of the counter that I'd like to know about, Hemen, is Morpen Laboratories. The question coming in from Imran Alam, he's writing in from Kolkata. And he's asking, from the current level, can it be bought from the medium-term perspective?
10 months of a downturn, of a downside. Short-term bottom in place, yes. Medium-term bottom in place. Currently 44, stop loss 35, close above 48 should take it to 60. Simply put, can buy, stop loss of 44. 35, sorry.
Cut you out there on that. Hemen, this one is from Swayam, and it's on L&T Finance Holding. He's bought it at an average price of 81.4 rupees per share, but 2,000 shares of this counter. He wants a view on the long term, as well as he wants to know whether he can start accumulating, and if so, at what levels. What's your take on this one, Rajesh? L&T Finance Holdings, Swayam wants to know long-term view and accumulation level.
This is one stock which has been a huge underperformer in the market. It has not given anything to the investors as such, and I don't believe that it's going to give anything in the longer term horizon. Despite the fact the company is good, they have come out of their mutual fund business and trying to restructure the entire operation. It's no point sticking to or investing new money into L&T Finance. Better NBFC names like Bajaj Finance or Bajaj Finserv, even a Poonawalla Finance would be a better options to try.
Coming back to you, Rajesh, on this next one, we've got Aarti who's asking about Indiabulls Real Estate or JK Paper. I know completely different sectors, but for the long term, which one would you pick?
Paper, of course, because reality as a space, we have already always maintained that it's not for retail investors as such, because of a whole lot of issues of corporate governance, inventory, interest rates, and all those things. It's better to stick to a stable industry like paper. Paper has got a whole lot of things positive going for them. Paper prices are rising, plastic ban is coming in place, schools are reopening. I think JK Paper would be a better play.
This one is from Sagar, and this one is for you, Heymain. He wants a technical view on HDFC family stocks. He's saying he shorted 3 members, that is HDFC, HDFC Bank and HDFC AMC from recent highs. He wants to know, should he cover all his shorts or do you see further downside for them?
We'll start with HDFC shuttle. Cash market levels. We are 24.20. Very strong support comes in at 2353. So looking at the way it's fallen off a cliff, I think there's absolutely no harm in booking profits and taking the money home. Second you said was HDFC Bank. Same story. I'd say cover partially, if not fully, book profits. And the last one was HDFC AMC. Yes, I think I would have a similar view. We've had a bounce back. In the bounce back, we've almost retraced 50% of the entire bounce schedule. So yeah, I think can book profits. Maybe HDFC AMC, which is 22.34, can drift another 30-40 bucks before it probably bottoms out.
PIT Technologies, let's pull that chart up. It's down about 1.5% in trade today, but we've got a question from Ronak from Delhi, and he's asking, Rajesh, can it be bought for the long term? If not this stock, which one would you pick?
Can I know the company name, Alex?
Technologies is the name of the counter. It's down about 1.6% or thereabouts today.
I still didn't get the name. Something wrong with the audio.
Okay, I'm going to try again. KPIT Technologies is the name of the counter.
I got your point. Yes, of course, one can hold on to the stock. If somebody is willing to buy, you can buy. The numbers have been good. The management commentary last quarter was very exciting. I think it's one of the good plays for a medium-term portfolio.
This is from Harsh Ranjan, and he's saying he's holding Apollo Tyres at a price of around 195 rupees per share since the last 3 months. He wants to know what should he do now and what are the crucial levels that he should watch out for Apollo Tyres. What's your take on this one, Heymain?
Not showing anything particularly compelling in terms of holding Apollo Tyres. In terms of levels, resistance comes in at 205, 218, 225. Support comes in at 197, 184. I think he should shift.
I'm going to take the next question on Motherson Sumi Wiring. A recent listing, Chandrasekaran from Chennai is saying that he bought at levels of 68 and he's looking for a long-term view. Should he add more at this level? Rajesh, what's the view? A lot was said when it listed, when it demerged from Motherson Sumi. Is this a good bet for the long term?
We have recommended this to our clients and we are very bullish on the prospects of the company going forward. For a longer period time horizon, maybe 12 to 18 months down the line, we won't be surprised if the stock gives 30-40% return from the current market price. Yes, it has become recently very volatile because of new listing and all. Yesterday it came out with out of that 5% band. I think for a longer term horizon, definitely one can add to the stock.
Okay, this one is from Shiv Bharat, and he wants a view on Sequent Scientific. is saying it's corrected so much, and but he wants to know, is it right now at a reasonable valuation, and does it make sense for him to enter at this juncture? What's your take on this one? Heyman, Sequence Scientific is the stock.
Oversold, downside limited. We've come off from 330 to 120. In terms of levels, support comes in at 120, 100, resistance 145, 170, 200. Nothing much to lose. Short-term bottom in place, yes. Medium-term bottom in place. Slow mover, yes. Recovery, yes. Hold on.
Finance is the name of the counter. I know that Rajesh, you've already shared your view in the financial space, but I'm still going to ask about this because a viewer, Manoj from Delhi, has bought at levels of 215, lost a little ground, wondering whether to sell at loss. What would you recommend? I believe that we're having a bit of an issue with your audio. I'm going to ask my director to try and fix that. In the meanwhile, Heyman, if you've got a view on the charts, Indiabulls Housing Finance, he's bought in an average price of 215 and he's losing ground. On the charts, what does it suggest?
Well, it's flattered to deceive, Alex. Multiple times it's made an attempt at breaking out about 250 and it's fizzled out. So once again, one needs to take things with a pinch of salt because it hasn't delivered over the last, 2 years or so. Once again, short-term bottom place, medium-term bottom in place. Support is 166, 137, resistance 194, 230. Doesn't look very compelling. It tends to underperform and not move after breakout. So I would say avoid. Doesn't look very interesting, Alex.
Okay, this one is from Achal Jain, and she has Glenmark Life Sciences purchased at 750 rupees per share. Wants to know what's the long-term view on this particular counter. It's a fairly recently listed counter, Glenmark Life Sciences. What's your take on this one? Rajesh, do you cover this one? Over the longer term, how does this one look to you?
Longer term holding, I think one can continue holding to the stock. But for the medium term, I don't think any very exciting moves will be expected because these kind of companies tend to outperform in a longer term because of their various research activities going on. So if you are a long-term holder, definitely one should hold.
Parag Milk Foods is the name of the counter, and we've got Zahid, who's writing in from Chittorgarh in Rajasthan, and he's bought it at a level of 123, so he's losing a little bit of ground. But on the fundamentals, Rajesh, would you recommend a hold? Okay, I believe again we have an issue with the audio. Rajesh, if you can try again. He's bought at levels of 123. He's losing a little bit of ground. Parag Milk is the name of the counter.
To exit this counter at as early as possible because I don't think in the near future it's going to perform well unless until the market outperforms. So it's better to get out of these kind of B group stocks where you don't have fundamentals to support.
Okay, this one is from Nachi, and he wants to know at what levels can he look to purchase Indus Towers for the short term. What's your take on this one, Heyman? Indus Towers, at what levels can Nachi look to purchase?
I think 215, 210. They're just 5 points away, not very far away. These are support levels. So I think at between 210 and 215 is when he can purchase Indus Towers. Very important support comes in at 197. A weekly close about 220 would be the first indication that the correction is coming to an end and the probable onset of an intermediate uptrend.
Okay, I'm going to take a couple more questions and then go to rapid fire. Neha from Kolkata is asking about Laurus Labs for the long term. Bought at levels of 558. Rajesh, what's the view on the fundamentals?
Good play on API segment. I think the stock has seen a lot of correction from 700 odd plus levels and a long consolidation has gone. So I think it's time for the stock to perform. For a medium to long term horizon, yes, of course, it's a buy.
This one is from Sikananda, and he's saying that he's purchased 200 shares of Latent View at a price of around 505 rupees per share. He wants a target price and a stop loss for it. I know that it's a fairly recently listed counter. Heyman, would you have a target and stop loss for this one by any chance?
Like I said, recent listing with the caveat obviously. Stop loss 460, target 570.
Sona Comstar, long-term view. This is being sought by Avinash. He's writing in from Andhra Pradesh. Rajesh, what's the view? Rajesh, this is for you. Sona Comstar is the name of the counter. Long-term view. This is from Avinash. Should you buy?
Yes, of course, it's a buy. It's a very good play on the EV space. The numbers have been good. It's one of the largest player in auto ancillary space. I think definitely one can buy.
Okay, with that, let's kickstart with the rapid fire. And this one is from Mr. Dasaradi and saying that he has Adani Ports 750 rupees is what he's purchased 100 shares at. He wants to know whether he can book profits or should he continue to hold. Rajesh, what's your take?
See, it's a very tricky question because on valuation parameters, it's not justifying the kind of value. But still, I would say keep a stop loss of 5% and continue to hold.
It is the name of the counter, Rajesh. Bought at levels of 821. Nitin wants to know, should he hold or exit?
What is the name of the counter?
Car trade.
One should get out of this stock because it's not performing since its listing day. The numbers have been not that exciting, and we have seen the kind of selling pressure in the entire e-commerce space. So get out of this stock.
Okay, Shanmuga Sundaram, he's saying that he has TCI Express 50 shares purchased at 1,845 rupees per share. He wants to know for the next 6 months, what's the prospect of this one, Heme?
Hold with a stop loss of 1600, a close about 1950 should see some upside.
IndiaMart Intermesh for a period of at least a year. Sheshagiri wants to know whether this is the right time to start accumulating. Rajesh, what's the view on the fundamentals?
Avoid. Strictly avoid.
Okay, Kumar is saying that he has 400 shares of Charlotte Hotels that is purchased at 323 rupees per share. Wants to know what's the short-term view, say for 3 months. What's your take, Heme?
Range between 270 and 320. Currently, we have entered a corrective phase on the daily chart, which might convert into a corrective phase on the weekly chart. Long-term picture remains.
Okay, ITC is the name of the counter. Rajesh, would you hold? Bought at levels of 180. This is coming in from a viewer that Praveen. Yeah, would you hold?
Of course, it's a hold. Not only a hold, it can even buy at these elevated levels also. It's showing 52-week highs. And still, we believe that's a long way to go. I have always been bullish. I'm still bullish on this.
Okay, this was from Godfrey D'Souza, and he's saying that can I buy Jubilant Food and Coforge at current levels for the longer term? What's your take, What's your take, Rajesh?
Jubilant Food, yes, one can buy. Coforge, one can wait for some corrections to happen because we believe that in the mid-cap space, some correction might happen in the IT sector.
All right, and with that, we come to the end of the rapid fire as well as the query segment. Thank you so much, Heyman, as well as Rajesh, for joining us on the show, giving us a take on the telecom space, as well as helping viewers resolve their queries. But on that note, we'll slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. But stay tuned, lots more lined up for you on the other side. Don't go anywhere.